One of the things I noticed with social media, and you notice this quickly, if you look at a couple pages, you can tell who's really giving you a sprinkle of information, who's just giving you the game. And the people who are giving you the game, they have more to give. So of course, they're not going to expect that they're going to run out of new ways or new different, strategies, because they know what they are capable of. And I want to share with you right now the 3 ways that you can level up the way you are making connections, the powerful connections that can lead to long-lasting relationships. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Shawn Anthony. Listen, fam, I'm excited you hear you rocking with us, but this might be your first time ever checking out the show. And if it is, let me tell you about what we do. Each and every single week, we continue to bring you an inspiring person or a message that's truly going to help you, whether you're trying to climb that corporate ladder or perhaps you're somebody jumping out into the entrepreneurship space or already have a business. And most importantly, everybody on this podcast has answered the question we've all asked ourselves at some point in life, and that is, school's over. Now what? What do we do? And guys, I'm excited because today with this solo episode, I'm going to talk about something that I'm surprised I'm going to tell you. And that is the power of connections and relationships. And I'm going to give you right now some of the biggest secrets and some of the best hacks that you could be doing to make sure that you level up the way you're connecting with people. You level up the way you're able to sustain relationships that you can leverage and work together to help people produce and do even better things. It's allowed for me to not only have this podcast, but also create Pod Pro Max and represent some amazing, talented people. So I want you to take your pen, your pad, your paper. Listen, I even brought my pen and pad because I want to make sure you guys are getting this word for word. And I want to share with you right now the 3 ways, in fact, the 3 ways that you can level up the way you are making connections, and you can level up the powerful connections that can lead to long-lasting relationships. Number 1 is that you have to get better at networking. If you're in a small town, we can no longer hear that I'm in a small town, I can't go places. If you're in a small town, I'm from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, where very few make it out. You have to find places nearby that you can network and learn and meet new people and meet, and see what others are doing. And perhaps you're saying, Shawn, I got no money at all. Fam, you can find some people that you've never imagined that could be dope people who are trying to achieve success at coffee shops. Or you can go an even level higher. What is something that you're focusing on, whether it is a business or even a hobby, and they're having a networking convention or an event? You can go there, you can meet new people, and this is different. This is being specific and having a strategy. This isn't like you just going to the grocery store, or you're just going to get you something to eat and just randomly meet somebody. This is strategically placing you in the places, in the rooms you should be at so that you can get to where you should be. Number 2, you got to do what you say you will do. One of the very first agreements, if you look at a book and it's called The 4 Agreements, one of the very first agreements they talk about is be impeccable with your word. If you say you're going to help somebody do something, help them do it. If you say, hey, listen, I'm going to introduce you to so-and-so because they do so-and-so and you guys could probably make so-and-so, make sure you make that introduction. You never know what it can lead to. This will only strengthen the connection that you just made in that networking event to being more of a powerful relationship, whereas I got your back as you guys continue to grow throughout your journey. And the third thing I want to tell you right now, I want you to think about is, and this was hard for me, the third thing, if you're really going to get good at this, is that you have to expect nothing. You got to expect nothing. So what if you introduce to somebody and somebody runs off with your idea and they go make millions? So what if you tell somebody something and they didn't believe you? What you have to look at is when you don't expect nothing, only good comes back to you. Like there's no fear of losing. One of the things I noticed with social media, and you notice this quickly, if you look at a couple pages, you can tell who's really giving you a sprinkle of information, who's just giving you the game. And the people who are giving you the game, they have more to give. So of course, they're not going to expect that they're going to run out of new ways or new different, strategies because they know what they are capable of. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. This is really some strategies that I'm applying to this day. And if you're thinking, okay, Shawn, when is the next networking event? How can I get anywhere? Or, how can I do what I'm saying I was going to do anyway? Or how can I continue to live and expect nothing? Guys, I will see you next week. I will be at the podcast summit. For everyone's listening right now, you talk about the power of connections and relationships. This is the room you want to get in. If you are a speaker or if you are someone that is about to become an author, somebody that has a new product, course, you need to learn how to be an authority. And you need to also learn how to leverage and talk to other people to further what you got going on. Notice it. I said it multiple times in this interview. So guys, I would love to see you at the podcast summit. Next week, I'll be speaking on July 4th if you're in the Atlanta area, talking all about building an agency and what we've been able to do at Pod Pro Max and making podcasting easy. Guys, I'll see you next week. And for those of you that have been listening, I want you to remember always dream it, believe it, go out and get it.
Yo, what you think? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I want to know what you learned. So if you wouldn't mind, would you take a screenshot of you listening to the podcast on your phone right now? Upload to your Instagram stories, tag me at Shawn Anthony _, and then let me know in that Instagram story what is one thing that you learned. I love hearing from you, my listeners, thought leaders, former or current students all around the world. Let me know, and while you're doing this, go inside the podcast app, subscribe, leave a 5-star review and a 5-star rating. Again, this helps us reach more people. And if you want to be a part of this mission, helping us change the world one person at a time, it makes a massive difference by you leaving a review. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. And remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.